on, vocals 2 are on, screen is over, all the names are in the right places. All right, Damien, the floor is yours.
That Kefri had mentioned that the only thing he hates more than unbelievers are those who are false, who take the oath. And as he was speaking, Alana stepped forward, saying basically that that's enough, and unleashes a Eldritch Blast, which I do believe was like 23 or something. So basically, and then that's where we're at. And I'm gonna move everybody over. Oh, in this room, there's some burning braziers and that sarcophagus up on the dais, the three statues, jackal-headed statues. You also notice on the ground, kind of in front of you, is a mosaic kind of laid out on the floor of a tiger. And that is when I'm going to move you guys over.
I'm still not hearing audio on stream.
Refresh it. Should be fine now.
Yep. My Streamlabs, for some reason, every time I boot it up, it switches. Whatever. It's good now.
Yeah, so that the Eldritch Blast has the grasp of Hadar, so it pulls them 10 feet.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have everybody roll initiative, and I just kind of do like the Boulder's Gate, like whoever starts, if you so do it, so like a surprise or initiate attack. Whoever starts will start it, and then everybody can roll. So you'll just be at the top of the list, and you'll use what you rolled. So I'm going to put you at like a 40.
Totally rolled a 1.
Well, you don't need to roll initiative. You just start.
Yeah. I hear you.
Bone said he got a 9.
Let's see.
Bungo.
A 5 unless I gotta look at my lucky. Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. No. Sorry,
Isn't initiative considered an ability check or something? Or saving throw? Let me look. It is technically something. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. But it's based on a dexterity check. Never mind. So it uses dexterity. Yeah, blah, blah. Initiative is determined. I know that, but I could have swore it was. Oh, wait. I guess that Jeremy Crawford says an initiative roll is an ability check. Dexterity.
Okay.
So it can be affected by things that, yeah.
Rerolling. That's better. 21 or 20. Dirty 20.
Ren.
A dirty 23.
It's 30 at many
was-
levels.
13.
13.
Yes.
Gideon.
3. I rolled on D&D Beyond and realized I probably should have rolled on D&D Beyond because D&D Beyond's roll is much better than mine. But
I don't know if you saw. I got a 9.
Yep, I got you on there.
I
Ooh, I rolled a nat 20 for one of my.
cut the bone
Mine
off
did.
when I did this, so I have to take antibiotics.
Jeez. Yeah, you better take those. Nice, that rolled pretty fucking good.
There ain't no Alana to save you.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I got
the
it.
guy playing
It's not
Bones
mixed
is
on.
missing bones.
So, Alana,
It-
as your Eldritch Blast shoots out right before it hits, you see his Ankh flash, and he teleports using his reaction.
Ooh, that's. What's this tiger thing on the floor here? Is
It's
that
a
just-
mosaic.
Okay.
It's like
okay.
on the ground.
What was the? And this is a meta question I'm asking the players. What was the thing about the tiger? What did it say? So the tiger will show you the way or something? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
This
It's
is
a
something I
hard-
would know.
Keep
Yeah,
in
yeah.
mind,
Well, you guys are in combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ren would know.
Ren would
Yeah,
remember
so Ren
had
repeats the detail.
Yeah,
We're in the
the
middle of
tiger will show
combat.
you the full thing is the heart hides below the pyramid. The tiger will show you the way.
Okay, yeah. yeah.
All right, so Alana, you still have that's just your action.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I will at that point in time going.
Or
to
that
go
was your
from-
you still have a bonus
that was-
action, and you still have
yeah.
another ray if you want it.
Right. Yeah. So I'll shoot the second one at his new spot.
Okay.
That is going to be. It's a 22.
That hits.
Um,
So that pulls him how far? 10 feet or 15
10 feet towards me.
Okay.
The damage is negligible. It's a 1, but the movement is what I was trying to get. Pull him off the dais
Yep.
or whatever. And then bonus action going into dread form.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Because I can do that, and then that.
remember
will
our
be
equipment.
my-
is up there.
I will move out of the way of everyone coming through the door and go down into the room a little bit, and end my turn.
At the end of your turn, the eyes on this statue glow green and shoot a ray out at you.
Cool.
Hold on 1 second here. I gotta see I forget what the saving throw is. Should have that up. Jesus. Con. Sorry, con.
Con. Yikes. It's an 8.
Are you immune to paralysis?
Checking.
Is it a
If you-
creature?
These, yes. So I could be paralyzed.
Okay. So you and you rolled an 8 total.
Correct.
So failing
Is
the
this
saving throw means you are paralyzed. If you fail it by more than 5, you drop to 0 hit points.
Is this a
So you
creature?
No, it is a statue
Yeah.
with glowing green eyes. When she ended her turn, where she ended it, she got blasted by rays.
Wow.
So she's down.
She's down to 0. Yep. Ren. See Alana go, and then just drop.
All right. I'm gonna use. I think it's probably 20 to 15. Wait. Where'd Alana go? Oh, she moved there. All right. 15. 20. All right. I'm still in the same boat. I'm gonna head over to Alana. My initial goal was to hide behind her, but Things change. Paralyzed?
No, she's at 0.
Or-
She dropped to 0 hit point. She has 0 hit point.
If I bring her up from 0, will she still be paralyzed?
Well, you don't know anything about it, how she dropped out of game. So to her, she just
point.
to you, she just dropped.
Fuck it. Cure wounds at. Let's pick a reasonable. At 3rd level. That is 17 points to my beautiful, lovely. Can I size up her feet? Like, what size do they look? All right, don't worry
No.
about it. But just give her the healing. All right. Hopefully, I mean she's still down, right? I can't do
So
anything.
yeah, how many hit points was it?
17.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
she's healed for 17 hit points. You got a bonus action and movement left. What are you doing?
I'm gonna forego trying to size up her feet in favor of insightful fighting.
Make your roll.
I
On
don't
what? I'm assuming
know-
on what?
I'm like the fucking stone creature. Can I do that? Or
It's not a
no?
creature. It is a statue.
I'm the statue. All right.
The
hold on,
statues
hold
are what did that. There is a dragon in the room and Kefri.
on. All right. Let's insightful fighting Caffrey.
All right, roll. Sure, he failed.
Oh, I guarantee you he. Uh-oh. 22.
Yes, that is enough. So you have a movement left if you'd like to use it.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to tuck behind. I guess I'm gonna hide behind the small singing brave guy.
Okay.
And
Yeah, he froze, but
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have anything left, I don't think.
no, I don't think so. Ah,
You see the dragon rears up its head and before his like frills and scales down here is charged with electricity as it rolls up his neck into his frills and kind of connects the circuit between his frills to his mouth as his bolt of lightning shoots directly into the doorway. And so I need Ren, Gideon, Usk, and Bones to all make a dexterity saving throw.
This is great.
Oh,
Dex.
Actually, before that, I need Ren. When he ends his turn, that statue shoots his eyes at you as well. So if you can roll a Constitution saving throw before, and then Dexterity saving throw, and that may change depending on if you failed the saving. What'd you roll?
I'd love to
Okay.
tell you that my dex roll was 22, but my con was 1. So let's figure out
Okay.
that first.
Yeah, you're at 0. You get dropped to 0, as you failed much more than by 5. So again, same thing. It hits him. You try to dodge. You see it. The eyes kind of shoot around Bungo and hit him, as he tries to dip behind Bungo. And yeah, you failed by more than 5, so you're at 0 hit point.
Oh boy.
It lets out
Well,
a roar.
then I'm assuming that dex save isn't gonna make
No,
a.
it doesn't do anything.
That's
yeah.
an auto fail, right?
No, you just fell to the ground. You're like I'm not gonna say you got hit by the bolt of lightning, but so what
dodged
everybody
it.
what everybody
Guys,
did.
my unconscious body.
I rolled an 18.
I rolled a 7.
I also got 18.
So 18.
Is it a failure because
Makes it.
makes it? Okay.
18 make. So the damage is 41 lightning damage, or 20 if you made it.
20.
You said 18 made it,
18 did make it. Yep.
so I'd take 20.
Oh boy. Well, the
Bungo,
dragon's
you're
not
up.
friendly.
All right, I am going to use my bonus action to cast Divine Favor on myself, which means all my subsequent weapon attacks are going to have an extra 1d4 radiant damage. And then I'm going to cast the cantrip, Spare the Dying, for my action, and get Ren up to stable. So a creature within range has 0 hit points and isn't dead is now stable.
Okay.
And I'm not going to move. I don't know. I'm just going to get small, and that's my turn.
Okay, you see those rays shoot out of the eyes and come at you. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Some of us have to be good at those, right?
All right. That is a dirty 20.
Okay, you get hit and you feel your body start to stiffen up, and then you shake it off.
Fuck Hercules!
At least one of you can withstand the glaring eyes of Soul. And you see the Crefrey begin to do something. Okay. Lungo, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as he actually just raises his hands up and, oh great Soul, bring harm to your enemies.
Can we
Is he
just
casting some?
All right. We're going real dice for this one.
So he's casting something, right? It's his spell.
Yeah.
Counter spell.
You are
I
not
can
within
just
range. Counterspell range is 60 feet. I don't think you're within range, are you? Can you see him?
I can just about see him.
Let me hold on. I can look through your vision, so we'll see if we can see him.
You can.
just barely.
And it's in 50
Yeah.
feet.
All right. What level are you casting it?
I will. Level
100.
at level 4.
Okay.
Fourth
You
level.
need to roll a d20 and
Oh,
add your spell, whatever your modifier.
I have my spell modifiers. Okay. Come on, lucky dice. That's a 19 plus 3.
You
22.
counter spell his spell.
Nice.
Whatever
That was
was-
probably a banger
whatever-
too.
Whatever just about to happen, it just all of a sudden, like a force of wave just surrounds it, and just it shrinks and goes to nothing.
Very well then. Use your tricks. Kefri will move up on the dice, and he puts his foot on the top of it, the sarcophagus, and shoves it off. That's his turn. Usk.
Alright, so that is my reaction done. I'm gonna stay true to the words of the previous room. It said something about tiger. I have just about enough moment to get onto the tiger. Does anything happen?
What are you doing?
I moved up into the room onto the mosaic.
Yeah, you see it's really well done. Kind of all these pieces have been put together.
And then I'm going to in good old wizard fashion, fireball.
Go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
roll your
actually
damage.
try and get both of them and the statue cooks were all kind of just there.
Mhm.
Nice.
I'm doing level 4. That's 9d6. 31 points of fire damage.
What's your
and it's a
DC?
Save of 15.
31.
Yep.
Okay. The Kefri made it. The dragon did not make it.
Nice.
Okay. The dragon lets out this huge roar. You see some of his scales are still red hot.
Suck it.
Couldn't do simple math in my head. All right, I got it. Anything else?
Oh, how to say this? Fuck, I can't remember the name. I wouldn't know this yet, would I? Like the name of Alana's and everyone's patron at this point, apparently. Haven't overheard
no.
anything.
Unless, yeah, I can't remember a time that you heard it, but
I was going to do something, but I guess not. Nah, I'm going to extend my turn there then.
okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as these green orbs shoot out of this statue's eyes towards you.
Did it shoot out of the corner one or the central one?
It's been shooting out of this one. Sorry, right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't saving throw. It's a 17.
Oh yeah, that makes it.
Nice.
You're not paralyzed or anything.
I'm fuck.
Okay. Bones, you're up.
Okay. My turn should be quick. I'm gonna use Healing Word on Ren for 8 points of healing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna expend 2 charges of the Ring of the Ram at that statue that's been firing.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
Yep, it's plus 10. It's a strength check, and I get plus 10 because I spent 2 charges.
Right. Yeah. So add 10 to the damage. What is the damage you do to a thing? Because it has this thing has HP.
Oh, okay. So I'll just do it like I'm expending.
Like your normal, but then add plus 10 because
Okay.
it is
yeah,
a structure. You can add 10 to the final
Okay.
amount of damage.
So roll a hit then. That's plus 7.
You don't have to roll to hit. You hit it. It's
Oh,
not
oh,
moved.
oh. Got
Just
that.
and don't you have damage like
Yes,
that you
yes.
use
I
for
understand what
charge?
you're saying now. Yeah. Okay. So that's 4.
Are you in the room now? I'm gonna move your guy in the room.
Fuck. Wait, guys.
Yeah, you have to move where you can see. Yeah, you definitely want to move your guy where
I
you can
just
see
want
the
to. Yeah.
statue.
I'll go up to like
No,
just outside the room.
Wait. We may need to rewind a little.
Oh, I can't heal him.
Yeah, that is true.
He can't be
I
healed.
can't be healed.
No, you can't be healed. That is a brutal thing to happen, to have you drop to 0.
Yeah.
But when you
Okay, well,
stabilize, you get 1.
That's a good point. No, would he
That is
get
a good
1?
question.
No, but he's not dead then. He's not
Alright,
dying.
so I'm
You guys have to
0,
figure out
but
some,
I'm
Dead.
stable.
I guess.
Okay.
You're
this is
0, but you don't have to make saves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess is a good way of looking at that. Because when you stabilize them, it doesn't mean they get up, I don't think.
It's classified as a healing effect.
Right, but does
So-
it give them 1 hit point, or does it just stop them from...
It's in 1 hit point if you have a feat, but it doesn't if you don't have that
Gotcha.
particular feat.
Can we,
Uh,
for the sake of Bones would know this by now. Can we?
But he did. I mean, he did after the fact. You guys could have probably got away with it, but yeah, sure. I don't care. He can keep his. He can keep his bonus action. Yes, he can keep his bonus
Thank
action.
you. That's all I really wanted. I'm sorry, I'm still white and cold.
So that's 39 points of damage.
Total with the plus
Yeah.
10.
Yes. I
Okay.
rolled
This and that's
9,
force damage.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the statue shatters into a dozen pieces.
Hell yes. So that's my action. Bonus action. I'm gonna Hexblade's Curse Catfree.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move back inside.
Gideon, you're up.
Alright. That's what I'm doing. Hold on, let me grab the hand thing. I'm gonna move 30. Ooh, not that one. Come on. Why isn't it letting me grab? Oh, because I'm an idiot. I'm gonna move up here. I think I can get to right about here.
Yeah.
I am going to. So here's the question. I get with my Warlock Initiate Hex. Is that considered casting a spell, or is because it's a class feature, Is it using?
If it says you can let me see. If it says you can no, if it's like a spell that you're granted, like ability, like
Gotcha.
yeah, it's a spell, I think, in this case, that you're able to cast Hex,
Okay.
unless it's
In-
like a
in
Hexblade's
this,
curse.
all right. So in this instance, what I'm gonna do, because we just long rested, I'm gonna cast Hex on Kefri, and I'm gonna pull out the javelin and swing Sweet Lullabies to it as I just chuck it at Kefri.
Yeah, go for it.
I think this is the move right now, because I can't get to him. So he needs to do a dex save. I believe it's a dex save. Sorry, give me one second. Javelin, it is a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, he rolled a 7 total.
A 7. So he takes the full damage, which is d6 plus 5, so 9 points from the javelin, and then 4d6, so 5 and 6 is 10 points of lightning damage, plus a d6 of from the hex, which is 5. And then
See, as he pulls back, and there's like, is it necrotic energy that the Hex does?
Yeah.
So as you pull back, you see the lightning, ripple across, and as you go shooting through your arm, is this necrotic energy?
A little bit of skeleton in there, if I could, just because our entity is been so prevalent lately. And then fuck.
That's a good amount of damage.
That's
After you get blasted in the shoulder and spin around and fall to a knee.
Yeah, bonus action. That's all of my movement. Fuck. Yep, that's where I'm at.
All right, Alana, you are. However, I do believe you went back to your regular form when you dropped to 0.
Yeah.
But you are awake on the ground as you were healed by Ren. You see Ren. He's like, "Hey, I got you. How big are your feet?" And then these green eye energy hits him, and he falls over.
Thank goodness. So let's see. She will. Goodness, did it actually flip for me, please? Choose. Perfect. She'll take some gum she had inside of her mouth and pull an eyelash and cast invisibility on herself.
That does not work. As you are.
Sucks.
As you are prevented. You see that Ankh he's wearing flash when you cast.
She will.
I control this tomb, Kefri says.
She'll over her shoulder say that it's his Ankh that stops our magic. Well, in that case, she.
When that happens, I'm gonna look at the dragon and use my free action. I want to say to it in Draconic, "You're really gonna let a human tell you what to do?"
You would have to use your reaction to say that to him. Not a free action.
Next time. Next time.
So in that case, is that gonna take up my action then? The failed spellcast. Okay.
Yep. Because you did try to cast it, but it was.
Yeah. That's why I asked. She will retreat back into the other room.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Red. We will skip by you for now as somebody has to.
Yeah. What about it? What about Red?
Let's roll these.
Alana stepped over your body, by the way, and walked.
Thank you, Alana. Hey, I know I was out of it, but could I have sized up like her shoe when she went over?
The dragon lifts up slightly, like buffets itself up and pushes off the walls. It soars over and lands over here, and comes at Gideon with his rending attacks. Tries to claw you and misses with the first. Does a 24 hit?
24 hits.
Wait. I want to say too quickly whether it hits or not. it's probably too late. It's too late now to do silvery barbs because I need to know. Do I need to know whether it hits or no?
You can cast Silvery Barb. If you were going to use your reaction on that attack, you can cast it.
I say if it succeeds on an attack roll, yeah. Cutting words, I can't. Cutting words, I can't
Okay.
know the result.
Okay. Then
Yes, I will use silvery barbs on that.
so now it has to roll at disadvantage.
It just
no,
rolls
it
again
just-
and takes the
It
lower.
just rolls
right?
again and has to use that
Yeah,
one.
essentially.
25 to hit on this one.
Yeah, that hits.
And then
Okay.
I give advantage to one other person though.
15 misses on you for the second though. So as you know, he swings and then there's these silvery barbs. He seems to just swing his head at. Doesn't seem to bother him as he catches you with the second. But you're able to roll out from the third. It does. The second one does 14 slashing and 10 lightning as his claws are like.
Phew!
Ouch.
All right, so 24.
I get-
Hit.
And you
Bungo.
have advantage.
Oh yeah, you hear that? You have advantage on an attack. Your next attackers. I don't know,
Okay.
saving throw or
Yeah,
whatever.
your next rolls. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bungo,
so
you're up.
yep, Bungo is going to use his movement to get closer to my gear. So let's see. We'll get right up there, 30 feet. And then I'm going to cast Fireball. Well, I wouldn't get so close as I'd burn my face off. So I don't know. Maybe here, and I'm going to go ahead and cast Fireball at High Priest Kefri and the statue up there, and see how that goes. So the save DC is 15. Fireball at 3rd level.
Roll your damage.
Oh, that looks good. 28. No, not as good as I hoped.
He failed. He takes all the damage.
Nice.
Let's go.
He's looking pretty hurt.
The statue takes
It doesn't
anything
seem
on that?
to. Doesn't seem to affect it.
Okay. And for a bonus action, I'm going to inspire Usk because he's coming right after me. And yeah. It's my turn.
Okay. You see Kefri over there next to your guys'. He kicked that sarcophagus off and he grabs sitting next to the. It's been a rough one for Alana. Sitting next to the sarcophagus is her armor. You can see Languish is up in the corner up here, and Oathmaker's down here. He picks it up and throws it into the sarcophagus, and you don't hear anything when it goes in. And then he begins to cast a spell.
Whoa, he threw what in? He threw the armor in?
Yes.
My cold armor, yeah.
That is.
It is a new round. Can I counterspell his dispel?
This wasn't he didn't dispel anything. He just threw something in a.
I thought he said he's going to cast.
Oh, he is now. Yeah, he's casting now. Yeah. Yeah, you can always.
Yeah.
You have your reaction back. You can try to dispel him. Let's see.
Yeah.
Counterspell him. Go
Yeah,
for
I'm going for it.
Do it.
it. What level are you casting it?
It'll be 4th again.
Okay.
But we still have to roll.
You do.
Remember, you're inspired.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So that'll let me re-roll.
No, inspirations adds a D8.
Oh yeah. Would that count for this?
Yeah, I think so. What is yeah?
I think so because it's an ability check
is-
with your spellcasting ability.
Hold on, let me look.
I hate to say it's like if it's gonna help or not. It's just
No, counterspell is
you
not an
rolled that
ability. so
low,
don't
don't waste
check
the
in the traditional
inspiration,
sense.
But you do get a
But it does when
D8
you
on-
when you go higher. When you use a 3rd level lower blah blah. Okay, I get it. No, that's it. Yes, it is. So you can add it. Yes.
so can I? All right.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. It's 18 plus 3. 21, and then what's the
Yeah,
inspiration?
that passes it. You don't need your inspiration. He is countered.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just see
your
like
turn.
whatever he's using to try and dispel, just a shield just appears over the box thing. Why can't I think of a word for it?
Sarcophagus.
Thank you.
Because you're British.
Just a quick wave of force just goes over and bounces as well.
Nice.
Guys, I know I'm dead right now, but I'm really glad we picked up this
Usk, your
weird
turn.
ass archaeologist.
All right. Right. How's the priest looking?
He's pretty beat up.
Let's go for a acid arrow at the priest
Okay,
dude.
go ahead.
3rd level, rolling for an attack. Probably not gonna make it. See, rolling. 15. Inspiration die can't be used to.
Yeah,
hit.
it can be used for an attack. Is it your next roll, or you get to choose?
You get to
I'm
choose.
gonna be using
Okay,
it.
then yes, you can.
It's a D8, you said?
Yes, 1d8.
18?
That hits him.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And so you know,
I'll roll low on that.
Andy does not get to choose. By the way, it's Silvery Barbs. It's the next one, no matter what.
So he takes 14 points of acid damage, and then do you not get us? Yeah, it just takes acid. 15.
Okay.
However much point damage I said of acid.
Got it. Anything else?
That's my action. Move. I don't want to move. I guess I'll take a step forwards, and now it's my turn to reaction shout at the dragon in Draconic. You really gonna let this priest control you? To the dragon.
You see it just swings its head over to Kepri. Kepri's still standing there with that orb in his hand as he smiles, and the dragon just head turns back to you. And he doesn't seem to respond after that.
Okay. That would be my turn.
Bones, you're up.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I've been thinking, but that hasn't helped me decide what I want to do. Okay. I'm gonna ask something that's not within the rules. I'm just gonna try to do something that's not within the rules. So this is totally up to you. I have an ability called Accursed Spectre, which says when I slay a humanoid, I can raise its spirit as a specter. I just want to try and use that magic to try and just give any sort of life to Ren, even if it's 1 hit point, and like I'll use the ability. I can make an ability check. I'm not trying to use that ability. Just try and
No,
focus
you could
that
you could
energy.
try to raise him as a specter, but no, you're not gonna be able to heal him with that because it doesn't
Okay.
do
Yeah.
anything to undead or dead bodies. You
Okay,
could
my
try to
next
raise him as a specter, I suppose. I don't know.
No,
if
I
he's
might.
actually dead.
I was thinking like it's a spirit. Maybe I can just give him enough to. But okay, now that again, that's totally fine. Sorry, that was
Thank
all
you
I
for the
got.
thought.
Yeah.
That was creative.
What's the range on this? 90 feet. Okay, I'm gonna pop out, and Oops. Look here. Measure this. Good. I'm gonna cast Summon Undead. I call forth an undead spirit, and it manifests in an unoccupied space that I can see within range, which is 90 feet. So I'm
Okay.
going to put it right behind Kefri.
As you try to summon that thing, there's this shift.
Oh,
You
I
see this
forgot. That doesn't
shining,
work.
says, "Not in my temple."
Damn. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, action. Bonus action. I'll cast Magic Stone.
Okay.
What's the range on the 60 feet? And I'll throw one at Kefri. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. I can give them two. Memnock, and Memnock can throw one at Kefri.
Okay.
So I'll do that.
What's the range on it?
60 feet.
Okay.
I misses. I rolled a 5. All right, that's it.
Gideon, you're up.
I'll move back.
All right. I'm going for this guy.
First thing you do is that advantage.
Yep. So I am running away from the dragon. I have 30 feet to get right here. I'm sure
Did you say you are disengaging?
I am. I don't have
Okay.
disengage.
Well, everybody does. You can just take your full action.
No, I'm not doing that. Fuck that shit.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a
yeah,
man.
Exactly. That's fine. You don't have to. Yeah, I just wanted to check. Yeah, so he's going to take an attack with a 23 to hit.
Yep. Shield.
Teleport! Oh shit, I don't have it.
Shield.
No, I do.
Throw him into the thing.
No,
And
shield.
Anyway, you're good.
I can, as a reaction, I cast shield.
Got it. Yeah, so as you're running the magic shield,
Yeah, I
You're
just
behind
bring
you
the
with the
mace up
ball
and this
gun.
fucking beam wraps around me. And as I turn around, I'm going to cast Booming Blade with my action and hit this fucker with my goddamn mace.
okay?
For 19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
Okay, so he takes. I'm fucking pissed. I'm ready to do this shit. Let's see here.
Hey, if you're crit fishing,
Oh yeah,
you're
that's right. With advantage. Nope, that was a natural one. So we'll go with the first one, 19 to hit. He takes 12 or 6 plus 7. Hold on, math. 13 points from the mace, and he takes 7 points of thunder. And then with my war magic, I get to use my bonus action to take another attack because I cast a cantrip, which is a 23 to hit,
That hits.
which is a 5 on die plus 7, so that's 12 points. With that,
Okay.
then
You come bashing and booming sound and
I'm gonna action surge.
okay.
And I'm fucking and I would like to try to maneuver around him so I'm close to languish by the end of this. These next 2 attacks. I know my movement's killed, but that's kind of
Yeah.
where my
without
mindset
movement.
is. So that's a 19 for the first one and a 23, 8 and 12s. So, oh wait, fuck! I haven't rolled hex damage for any of that. Anyways, so he takes 13 points from the first one plus 2 necrotic. Fucking 6s. I like this. 13 to the second, and 6 necrotic.
So actually, sorry, on your how many attacks? You took 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, I took
And then
2 on the
surge.
first.
So on your next
Um,
one with the action surge that hit, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 19 and a 23. Again, I literally
19
rolled
hit, so-
8 and 12s.
So he uses his reaction, his Ankh glows, and he teleports across the room.
Okay.
So you if you had the movement to get to him, you could attack him, but he.
So I can't attack him.
I actually forgot he had his reaction.
So
But
do
you
I
said
still
earlier,
have my action surge?
So you're well, no, because you used your action surge. You attacked once, and that attack is what
Okay,
prompted
so
him
I
to use
can't
his
cast the
reaction.
spell. All right,
Correct. Yep.
sweet. He's a good boss. He's wasting my only feat I have.
Yeah. Well, he actually forgot about it, and he is pretty beat the fuck up.
All right.
He is now away from all stuff.
Yeah, he definitely
Gideon
is.
does end
Uh,
his turn close to this statue.
He does. Yeah. Well, he hasn't
Wait.
finished his turn yet.
I know. I thought he had. Sorry.
I'm next to Languish.
You are next. That's well. You have no more movement, and you can see it leaning up against the wall about 10 feet away from you, gleaming ever so slightly in the light.
Can I use my last attack action to like try to throw the mace at the bottom of
yeah.
Languish so it falls into my hand? Because it is a
Uh,
10-foot pole arm.
You can try. If you roll a nat 20, it will fall perfectly into your. But yes, I will give you a chance.
And if you roll 1, it bounces into the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Right. the mace hits it and bounces into the sarcophagus.
Yeah. No, I didn't roll a natural 20, and I didn't roll a 1.
Okay.
Okay. Come on, a natural
That was
20.
funny.
That's
No, I liked it.
ridiculous.
That was, yeah.
It wasn't
Well,
that. It wasn't
I
that
think-
pushing the boundaries.
Well, it was enough for you to fall perfectly enough for you to be. Yeah, I don't know. You wouldn't be able to pick it up this round anyways.
I know. That's why I was just. It was just flavor because I had an action surge that I couldn't use.
Yeah. Your rage,
It's-
your
it's-
anger.
He
You
hits
probably
it,
hit it
falls
and knocked
against
it
him.
over, but it fell the other way or whatever. That's
I
really.
was about to say, he hits it, it falls towards him, but he doesn't catch it in time.
Yeah. Alana, you're up. Oh no, Gideon, you do have to make a Constitution saving throw.
I will gladly.
As
make
the light,
those.
the eyes shoot from.
Constitution is an 18.
You made it. You feel your like muscles stiffen up, but you're able to, fight it off.
They've been stiff for 5 years now.
All right, Alana.
Cool.
How stiff was it?
Okay.
Yeah. I will cast a Cure Wounds at 2nd level on myself. And let me roll for that. Cool. That's 8 plus, so I get 16. I know, fun stuff. So then get that statue. I'm gonna step back in around Ren again. How's the dragon looking by chance? Is he looking influenced still or no?
Well, it's hard to he is still very much. You are still his enemies. Yes.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, he's a blue. Everyone's his enemy, basically. Okay. What's his face is still way over there. Is there has there been observed a length that the beam from the statues will go?
You guys haven't. You saw that Gideon did not have the first time when he was over here fighting the dragon. You did notice that he did not have to, nothing. No eye beams hit him.
Okay. All right. So then I will. I did this. I'm just checking my distances here real quick. I will move further into the room over by Usk on top of the artwork and end my turn.
Okay. Okay, we'll skip by Ren for now. So and then it's a 20.1, so the dragon actually gets to go.
Can probably see what's going on.
Oh yeah, you see there's electricity roll up his throat again as he shoots the bolt down this line here. I need Usk.
Oh,
Bungo and Alana to make a dexterity saving throw as his bolt of lightning comes shooting out. I rolled a 6 on his recharge, so
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6, Damien.
that does not make it.
14.
That does not make it.
Beat him by 1, 15.
Can I do a
15 might make it, actually. I know. Let me see. Oh, unfortunately, it does not make it. Damn.
Damn.
Okay.
can I cutting words as damage?
Is that how can you use cutting words on damage? If so, you certainly can. I don't know what the 33 lightning damage.
Yeah,
is.
damage roll.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As long as it doesn't say anything like, what's it say? I'm assuming you can.
Makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll. You can expend 1 use of
Yep.
bardic inspiration.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
Right,
Alana
three.
drops. I had exactly 33 hit points.
Oh yeah, rolled an 8.
Okay, so
Max
25 to you then, and 33 to Usk, and 33 to
Well, but-
Alana. You
but-
see,
No, it's
Uh,
everybody.
I've still got 9 points on my shield,
okay,
so I only take 9 off this. Thinking-
But
so
what,
24.
that
24?
8, that 8's for everybody, I think.
Hmm.
So as a reaction, when a creature you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, you expend 1 use of the die. Subtract that number from the creature's roll.
I think he's right.
Seems ridiculous that you could use cutting words on a bolt of lightning shot from a dragon and it go to all of the people. All right, everybody get fucking 8
This is
hit
written,
points back.
baby.
It does seem ridiculous.
Everything
It does.
Yeah, it doesn't make any goddamn sense, but whatever.
So I now take 17
I
off
love it.
33.
Bungo, actually,
Mom's
he's going to fly up here.
And now you
Okay.
made the DM mad.
Bungo, you're up.
So I only take 16.
I know you're not the real thing here. I am going to use my little stubby halfling legs and get my ass so close to Oathmaker. I know I can't quite make it. And then I'm going to launch another fireball at Kefri. We'll go level 3 and cast that. It's a DC 15 dex save.
Are you
86.
casting at him?
Fireball. 31.
Okay, he made it.
31. Did I get him?
Yep. Well, no, he
cripple?
made it. It hurt him.
Oh, 15.
He takes half.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rolled an 18 on die plus before.
Well,
He's
just,
still up, but he is. You see, his face is all burnt. His robes are all burned up. He's coughed up blood from Gideon smacking him. Looks fairly beat up. Like not fairly beat up. He looks beat the fuck up.
All right. So as a bonus action, I am then going to inspire. Uskar, you already used the inspiration, right?
Yes.
Well, you're up again real quick. So I'm going to give you inspiration again. I'm going to use my last inspiration die to inspire you.
Oh, what?
I say, finish him! Oh, I've got nothing. Finish it.
Is that your turn?
That's all I got. Movement, bonus action.
You he looks. Holds his staff up as this radiant light encompasses him as some of his wounds start to heal.
Do I counter spell its healing?
But if you were within 60 feet of him,
Oh shit! Yeah, he moved away.
yeah, he knows the spell now, and he's like, "All right, I'll get out of your range then." And he couldn't anyways. It's from a staff, so honestly, you couldn't counter spell this one even if you were within range.
Oh, that doesn't affect it. Damn. Oh well. Okay, I tried.
You know, he still looks very beat up, but some of his wounds, you see the scar on his face close up. And I think that is his turn. Usk.
Oh, I'm moving up in the middle of the room. And, well, move it slightly. I'm gonna pull out my wand of lightning bolt
Go for it.
and I'm gonna use 5 charges to use at 7th level.
As the bolt of lightning about hits him, his ankh glows, and he uses his reaction to teleport.
My curiosity is, with the line I'm shooting it at, would it hit the
It does.
statue
Yeah,
behind?
it bounces off. It doesn't seem to be affected by it.
Down.
You saw that whatever magic Bones used, whatever kind of magic that was, seemed to be very effective against it. It will.
So that's my action.
We will go over here
Can't see him anymore. Too far away.
because I moved him.
I don't exactly have a bonus action, so
Oh, there he is.
I'm gonna just spin around and keep looking at him.
Did you use your? You didn't need your inspiration.
He used his
Yeah.
item
Yeah.
to just negate it, so.
Sorry, 1 second.
You good? Actually, I still have free action. I'll once again shout into Draconic to the dragon to try and. I don't know if it'll do anything.
Okay.
This once mighty race of dragon kneeling before a human like this as a pet. Free yourself.
And you see him like look at you, kind of like fight to look at you before his head snaps back to Gideon. He is mine! You hear Kefri yell as he holds his orb up. Bungo, I do need you to make a Constitution save, or did you already for staying? Yeah, you did last time, right? For or no? I think.
Not this round. No.
Yeah, I mean, not even like at the end of your last turn, did you have to make a Constitution saving throw?
I did 2 turns ago. I did not during this last fireball. I owe you
No,
one.
Not the fireballs from the stopping within the range of that statue.
Yeah. I owe you one.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll that for me.
As long as it's good. If it fails, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I got you. That's fair. It's my fault. I mean, I missed it.
That's a 15.
You are paralyzed until your next turn. Maybe the end of your next turn. I have to double look. But you feel your muscles tighten up.
You're there running. Oathmaker's just
Bones.
English.
You're up.
Me?
Yep.
Would I use my bonus action, Damien? Or my action?
Not your action, probably. Like, yeah, you have your free action, pick it up, and then.
Okay. Okay. Let me measure. I still can't get there. Okay, I'm gonna move. Bungo, as you're like paralyzed.
Did you see what I wrote to you just now?
Yeah, that was 60.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have an action and a bonus action, yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
So I could use my whole turn.
Bungo's paralyzed, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't
but
see him.
No one wants touch
Do it.
Bungo.
Bones is gonna use his action to dash.
Okay.
And Bungo, you see Bones. His eyes are like flaring. All three of them with like blue fire, and you see like a ghostly visage of Azalin, like shifting on his.
Well, no,
face.
you don't see that. You see the blue eyes.
Okay, okay,
Stop
okay.
trying to. You were making it. Stop trying to. No, that's not what happens. You see his eyes glowing blue. I know exactly what you're trying to do here.
And he picks up Oathmaker and throws it in the sarcophagus.
And when he does, there's this. You hear this cackling laugh, and you see Ren shoot up to his feet. His eyes glowing even more fierce black. You are at full hit points. You do see his eyes glowing a familiar blue, but you're
Yeah.
paralyzed
No
and
idea
you're
what's
watching it
going
happen.
on.
Yeah, I didn't mean to step on your toes. I just thought it would be
Well-
obvious, so I,
Well, yeah,
clear
but
it up a little bit.
you're just trying to say I'm not doing this because that could make it seem like Aslan's controlling you, or
All right, that's it. That's my turn.
we are at Gideon.
Okay. I threw my javelin at this dude and it fell around me.
Yeah.
Do I see it on the fucking ground?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm fuck language right now. This guy keeps moving away from me and I'm getting fucking pissed off. I'm gonna reach down, grab my javelin, and just throw it at fucking Coffrey.
Okay. What is the range on it?
That's a great question. Attack actions. 30 to 120 is in parentheses, so disadvantage after 120. I think.
Hey, why don't we role play all this fun stuff you guys are doing in the chat instead of
Yeah,
you know
sorry.
that's prime time during the battle. What is Bones doing? No, is he turning on us? What? Or you can just have a side conversation without it. Sorry, what were you saying?
All right, I've been dead and I have no idea what. I'm like, how did that happen? Anyway.
I'm chucking.
Well, I know that's the
I know
fun
that-
of it for you guys to figure out in game what is happening.
I know the spear, the javelin of lightning doesn't have lightning charges, but I'm chucking it at Coffrey.
Yep, go for it.
Because these fucking evil guys. That's why. It's only a +9, so 25 to hit.
Yeah, only a +9. Yeah, you hit
Yeah.
for sure.
That's 10 points of damage from the javelin and 4 points necrotic.
He slams him in the shoulder, falls to a knee.
And then I'm gonna turn around. I don't have anything else I can do to this guy, so I'm gonna turn around and punch the dragon in the face.
Go for it. Swing on him.
It's a +9. It's a 24. Roll 15.
Yeah, you hit. So one plus your strength modifier. Which is nuts.
6 points of damage.
Yeah, you slam it in the jaws. You crack one of its teeth. It
Yeah.
roar.
Fuck!
That's
A bonus action, I am going to use my second wind.
Good. Roll your D10. Add your.
D10, D10s. That's 4 + 9, so 13. Boom. Alright, that's pretty much all I got.
14.
13.
Oh, that was for your healing.
13 for healing.
For your healing, I got you.
Yep.
Okay, Alana, you're up. You watch Bones run across and throw Oathmaker into the sarcophagus. You see Kefri's beat to hell. See Bungo's paralyzed. Chaos.
Chaos. So she will checking my options. Yeah, so she's going to move right into Kefri's face.
Okay.
And is inflict wounds an actual spell that's gonna be fizzled out, or is that?
So you don't know for sure. You've used it actually in here. You know it does. So
Yeah.
you guys are pretty sure like invisibility, teleportation, summoning, and things like that are what's affected. Basically, like anything that the tomb could kind of prevent.
Yeah.
So
So-
you've used inflict wounds before.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cast inflict wounds on him. Let me roll for that hit. That's a dirty 20.
You hit.
So let me roll damage. $17.
So as you come swinging at his hands, your hand is glowing necrotic, and you go to swing at him. He goes to block it with his staff, and you just slam past him and touch his arm. And as it does, you see all those wounds he had healed earlier just rip open, and as he goes and falls to the ground. And he falls to the ground. You see the Ankh disappear, and the orb fall to the ground and roll, and his staff hit the ground.
Can I use?
And you see the dragon vanish as well. It puffs up and then swirls into the orb.
Okay. With the rest of my free action movement, grab the orb.
Yeah, with the rest of your movement and and your stuff you got, and free action, yeah.
Right. So I'll do that.
So when you grab the orb, you are kind of instantly, you feel teleported, but you see her body just kind of go like frozen for a second, and you find yourself in a misty area. Basically, you're in your own mind, but you see this dragon. Its head comes down. This thing's head is as big as the dragon you guys just fought. This blue, ancient blue, and its head goes down close to yours before he goes. A new slave. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Boy,
Okay.
I know this shit all too well.
19. It's 19.
19?
That makes.
I think that makes it.
Yeah,
Actually,
I still have the item in my inventory.
No, he's
Perfect.
checking his
Um,
sheet.
So as you you kind of feel your mind begin to kind of feel kind of boxed in and trapped before your will kind of pushes out, and then you see it. Oh, and you shake it off, and you're back to where you're at, and you're holding the orb.
Cool. All right, that's my turn.
That is the end. You guys are out of combat. You killed it.
Jackal guy?
Kefri.
No,
No,
I'm
the
saying the jackal statue next to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip my glaive up now that I can fucking grab it like a man and just sink it into the jackal statue.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
you
that's-
do some damage. You know, if you went at it, you could
gonna
probably
blow
your
destroy it. But you do
blade.
see its eyes are not glowing green anymore.
Yeah, but still, fuck these guys.
You can, yeah.
Now
You
gotta
see Gideon's over there
sharpen
just
your
hacking as the
blade
second
again.
bones, or Bungo, your paralysis is freed.
Fuck!
I check Kefri for things.
Yeah. Jeffrey has a staff.
This guy's gonna have something on him.
She's gonna eye her up while she's checking them for things, because I'm curious about Kefri.
Actually, yeah, sorry. Now that Kefri is done, can I summon Languish? Like, if I put it in my left hand, can I summon it to my right hand?
No. You see the Ankh vanished.
Oh, so it's still around, but it's not just not with him.
We needed that Ankh.
Okay.
All right, look.
Who else? You see the hilt of the sun sword is laying there. You see, what did you lose? Usk?
A ring.
That ring is also laying next to the sarcophagus. Inside of it is a black void.
Can I pick up the sun sword?
Yeah.
Hilt, that is?
Yep.
Can I just have a quiet moment and attune to it while everyone else does whatever? fuck they
I'm
want.
gonna
Well, it takes an hour to attune, but yeah,
Yeah.
you can try. I mean, if you want to spend an hour, you certainly can.
I'm gonna walk up to Alana and just like put my hand out for the orb.
No. I'm busy. Still checking his body. I'm not gonna hand it over.
The only thing you do
gonna
find
take
some like
mine
gold
down.
rings, but you find that staff and the orb are the only actual things he has on him, other than the Ankh that disappeared.
Okay.
Came back for our items. That's my item.
I'm gonna pick up the staff and hand it to Bones.
I
Here.
don't take it. I'll grab it and I'll throw it next to me, just on the ground.
While they're going through that, I'll cast, since we have a bit of time, and since apparently a bit of tuning is going on as well, we might have an hour. I'll start identifying this casket, the Black Void.
Bungo's gonna walk over and stare into the Black Void with his
You see Gideon just sitting on the floor, crisscross applesauce, like holding languish.
So are you gonna touch the sarcophagus and see what it is?
I want
Cast
to
item.
identify it.
Yeah, you have to touch something. Object you must be touched throughout the casting of the spell. So you can touch the sarcophagus.
I'll touch the outside of it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not putting my
Die
hand into
instantly.
darkness.
That's how I
That's,
usually start too.
the last time
Yeah, go.
someone put their hands in and think, you know,
Okay, what are you guys doing? So yeah, so Ren's trying to attune to something. It looks like Usk is doing a ritual. Gideon is sitting on the floor with anguish, right?
Yeah, dude,
language.
it's my baby.
Keep saying anguish.
It's my
English
baby.
language, same thing.
Are there?
staring into the abyss.
Is there any other loot items here that they were trying to get rid of as well, or just ours?
Just yours. It does look like somebody in the group would understand that he probably had some idea you were coming
Yeah.
and chose these items to have here as some sort of probably leverage he was thinking he could perhaps use against you or
I look at Bones. I stand up. I finally stand up and I look at him and I'm like, can I just play with it for a little while?
It's not a toy.
Nice.
You don't play with ancient dragons.
Who says?
People with a reason.
Are you trying to say something?
I'm not one to comment on anyone's reasonings.
Well, that's good. Still want to hold on to it for a little bit. I'll give it back.
I'll pick up the staff and walk away, and you feel Memnock grab onto your shoulder.
Okay.
He doesn't move. I'll start attuning to the staff, I guess, while we're all sitting here attuning to stuff.
Is anyone good with like jewel crafting? No? Alright. Any chance that a small time tinker like myself could make a small chain? I'm not looking for something thick like manacles. I'm looking for something, chintzy, pewtery, pure decoration.
It's an odd
Bungo.
request.
You see Bones
Look, I can do it myself if someone's got pewter, but I don't know how that works.
Bones is staring at Bungo like like you stare at your crush at the public pool from like the other side of the pool, like always staying on the other side, but like kind of staring you down. And he has like a sad look on his face, which is normal, but
So does Bungo. He stares into the abyss,
yeah.
which is a little bit closer to it.
If he gets too close, I'm gonna put my point of my glaive in his chest and be like, eh. I'd say no worth it. Weapons worth it. But
If you go in the void, I'll kill you.
we got our
It was
cocky guy back? You gonna start busting off you know, nut jokes and shit now? You're now holy with a
it was the one bit of light that we had in this place.
tell me you believe that. Tell me you really believe that.
I believe it.
No, I hope you're wrong. It was very condescending. Extremely condescending.
While Bones is sitting there tuning to the staff, he just starts giggling occasionally.
What do you think is going on? Bungo. I'll move up from my crisscross and get closer.
I'll walking towards Bones and be like, what's so fucking funny? What is so fucking funny about this situation?
I'll stand behind
The one bit of light that we had in this whole place. One bit of goodness.
Look, I'm gonna come forward.
To what's so fucking funny?
Just keeps kind of laughing, starts laughing harder.
I think you at least owe an apology.
He like catches his breath after laughing. I'm sorry, Bungo, but you don't get it. Everything's different now. There's no light. There's dark. And darker.
I think I get it. Look, I'm not even alive anymore. And I have a special hilt that makes light, which seems counterproductive. And look, Bungo, if having a weapon of light would make you feel better, you could have this.
No, it's not. But
Do you have a chain on you?
if we have, all we
Long
have,
chain?
if all we have is the darkness, then at least we have each other in this darkness. Bungo,
born in the darkness.
Bungo, who's noticeably smaller now, right? Bungo, who is no longer Buffgo, Bungo.
Buffgo,
is
Bungo.
Buffgo Gongo.
He opens his arm. He opens his arm to embrace Bones. So if we no longer have that light, at least we have each other in the dark.
He will hug you back, and like he's really clammy and really cold, and like the hug just feels like empty. And then like you feel a little bit of like a hug back, and then it just kind of, it doesn't feel right. It feels like you're hugging like a statue.
and if Damien allows it, I slip Captain Dreg's dagger between your ribs and dump a divine smite.
So you could definitely attack with advantage, for sure, and you can do that. Yes, you can.
Oh, what? What
I
the
was
fuck
about
is
going for
going
a
on?
And I'm just sat over here completely oblivious to everything because I'm concentrating on something else.
You're just behind the sarcophagus. You can't even see, and you're just focusing on your spell.
So I should have fucking ranged attacked you because it's like a 10 to hit you.
No.
Did you roll with initiative?
With advantage, it's like a 10 and a
With
9.
advantage.
Yeah. Do you get you get the magic of the dagger.
I don't know how you would not hit me.
It's saying like a +0.
Yeah,
That
but you
makes
get the
no
magic of the
sense.
dagger. And it's a
It
dagger.
makes-
What's your dexterity?
Yeah, it's your dex and your proficiency.
My
You're a
dex
bard.
My
Yeah,
dex is
yeah.
2. Yeah, my dex is +2 and my proficiency is +4.
So
But
it's
it says a
Six,
plus.
so plus 7. So 17.
Yeah. At least.
Okay, so 17.
17 still misses. But I don't
but
know.
without your dex. Let's say without your dex, because you are caught flat-footed.
Yeah, so that would be there would be a 17 without my dex.
Okay, yeah, then you catch
So
it.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah.
Wait, I get him or I missed?
No, we're saying
You
you
hit
hit
again.
'cause you caught me by surprise. So
Alright. So that's 3, 6 plus the D4 for
what is
divine
going
favor.
on? This is not the time to fall apart as a group.
That's 7 plus
I
I'm-
attack
divine
I'm-
smite.
I'm just here for the ride. What
I
is wrong
attack
with this
first.
group? Who the fuck
So-
are these people?
It's total 18 damage.
18.
And
Okay.
you just see something break in Bungo in his eyes. Like for the past week or so with that sword, like you saw him like chirping back towards whatever, and you just see that the guy that convinced what's her face to kill the old lady for the gear, like you see that in his eyes again.
I'm gonna immediately.
As he pushes you off,
I'm-
pushes you off and back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna immediately pull Bungo off because I was right behind him and like push him to the ground and put distance between the party members and be like, hey, we need to be on
Looks
the
around. Bones hits
Leaking
the
out of him.
ground. I just sort of curl up, and he just starts laughing again.
I'm gonna
Not
cast
4 hit points.
I'm gonna use insightful fighting on one of them.
So we're gonna say we'll take a break. We're gonna say that you guys
Yeah,
were
yeah,
able
yeah.
to attune. Your identifies doesn't tell you much of anything about the magic. There is no magic of the sarcophagus. Maybe ability to withstand. Like it's not. It's really whatever's in it that is the magic. You wouldn't learn much except that you would know that this thing maybe can hold that magic
Ooh.
of the sphere of annihilation. Whatever you guys were attuning to, you can attune to it. Just let me know real quick. Who's attuning to what? Sunsword,
Languish.
Eldritch
I was
Staff.
doing
Eldritch
this
Staff.
spell, so I'm not. Oh, I see.
Nothing.
Like Jeff Goldblum and Armageddon.
try to dispel
I'm
the thing?
back.
Is that what you said? You're gonna try to dispel it?
I don't have this spell, do I?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought that's what you said. Yeah, you're right. I
No,
just thought you said I'm going
I
to
was
dispel.
saying- I was doing the identify spell, so I didn't have the hour to do the attunement.
Got it.
So.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay, we'll take a break.
Yeah, we'll be back. Woo, fuck. It's wild.
Okay, Todd.
An extra
I was
one.
busy.
Is hearing me.
Vocals are
You
I
can
was
good.
no,
doing
you can
something
attune to
during-
your you can attune to your thing too. I forget what it is, but
Sure.
I know what it is. I'd say you guys are there for a total of about an hour and a half. Between all the things that happened with Bungo and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bones and Alana, and then getting gear after. Yeah, you could figure
Smell
out. Yeah, no, it seems like it's maybe perhaps heading towards some sort of culmination.
12.
Things get super intense.
12 plus.
I'll secretly attune to the orb.
Plus
Okay.
9 is 21. You said plus d6, which is 1, 22. 22.
God,
By the way, I like you with the orb flash. Bones doesn't like it, but Noah likes it. I think it's cool.
Okay, cool.
22
Okay, I need you to roll
plus 2, so 20.
D100 flash.
Yeah.
Does it change every time you attune to it? Or is it
So it
per
definitely
person?
changes between people.
People, yeah.
I think it
People
changes
attune
between
for the
people.
first-
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool.
Okay, it's a 39.
Okay. Sorry. Should have had this up ready, but we can start here, and I can give you this in a minute.
Tits fall.
So are we back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we're live.
We'll do it live.
Your tits fall off.
We've been watching it quite intense. Big battle with Kefri ended, though the Ankh still missing. You guys feel as though you're so deep underground, so far. Been through so much. It's easy for Ren to notice the mosaic now has a small hairline crack, and you think that it could be broken.
No,
Enough
so I'd
force.
investigate it as well, because considering the previous writings we saw, this probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
you're able to tell that it's very strong, but it's hollow. Like it can be broken.
Yeah, I'd like to give Usk a chance to, study this. I will, of course, memorize it and draw it for him, before I go to sleep tonight or whatever time we go to sleep. And then assure him that this is for the good of research, and I'll glance at Gideon.
Flash, can you roll 2 more D100?
Okay.
While I do appreciate that, sure, things get destroyed and lost in history, but as long as they're noted down and always remembered.
I'm going to
I'll
put
be treating you
languish
nice.
right in the center of this as soon as Ren says that, knowing my cue, and just try to shatter the mosaic.
Flash, would you roll? Yeah, as you come down, full blow right on the crack. Feel languish in your hands again, attuned to it, feeling it, its power. You slam into it, and it cracks before it starts to crumble. And as it does, it kind of crumbles down about 5 feet before it hits what looks like a passageway, a tunnel more, that starts to curve to the side.
That felt good.
Yeah,
I
that's
hand
A
I hand
78 and a
Usk
40.
like a handkerchief and knowing nod.
Follow behind.
Okay.
Bungo's
And
gonna
what was
drag.
that? 79 and what?
40.
Sorry guys, I should have done this before. I'll just do it real quick.
While you're doing that, Bungo's gonna drag Kefri's body over to the void and dump it in the sarcophagus. In the void.
While we were resting, I put
Holy
Capri's boots on too.
Fucking throw him in.
Bungo, if you need a hand, like I'm a tall, useless fighter, so I could help.
Now that my strength is 8, yes, I'm struggling moving this body.
Yeah.
Before we all venture in, is that a doorway up the top
Looked like it.
to the top side there?
Sorry. No, that's it. Just I didn't block it off on the map. I'm sorry.
Oh no, never mind.
Bones grabbed Kefri's ropes before we threw him in.
Okay.
Throwing his naked body into the void.
Probably looks like Ren's body. Frail.
Okay.
White. Feet, pale, shapeless.
Yeah. All right, Ren. Good thing I can't smell. Haven't been able to since 17. Follow me. Get your torch out.
Nice jab. Nice jab. I'd love to explore that story more sometime, but all right, let's pick a way to go.
Hobgoblin elbowed him in the face. Take care of the job.
Please don't make me elbow Gideon in the face again.
I pull out my ever-burning torch, which was not thrown in the abyss, and walk down the stairs behind Ren.
I'll put Memnock on Ren. He'll fly off of Alana.
Thank you.
Okay.
I feel much safer already.
So as you open up this passage and it goes down and begins to curve down and it's kind of rough, but then it opens up. It's much more rough hewn, but now you feel as though you couldn't as if the universe is pressing down on you. You know that feeling when you're in deep underground. You know, you can feel the kind of weight of the earth, but it's something different. You feel you've never felt this kind of. You feel like you're in the center of the earth as you step into this kind of winding passage. As you make your way down this winding passage, you see to your right there's a small passageway that goes off, and with some of the light you can see it looks like water, like a natural spring or a natural pool of water. And then you see the passage continues straight down again, out of sight, kind of curves around.
Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled, Ren. I'm on a mission.
There are some
I
hieroglyphs
gotta say, I'm a little curious about that water.
Of course you
carved
are.
into the passageway before the water, and it does say this. I'm assuming this will.
Of course.
Usk-terpreter. They're Usk-terpreter.
Hey,
Kids whacking.
It says the greedy shall suffer, in crude hieroglyphs that are carved above the pool of water. There's a dim white glow coming from the water.
That's actually good, because I don't think any one of us here is greedy. I mean, if anything, I'm the closest to it, and I do not seek money.
This is just like Jaws clattering. Bone.
What do you
It's
think?
Would it actually mean not greed, money greed, or could it mean? Because there's many facets of greed. It's not, I have a greed for knowledge.
You were saying you're
I'm-
going
I'm-
power and strength. I don't know. I mean,
Can we
shit.
just stay on task and get the fuck out of this place? For fuck's sake.
Yeah, easy for you to say, but I got a lot of checks I wrote to some Vistani ladies, and I don't know if my dead balls can cash it.
Well, fuck. I
Onward.
got nothing. Got nothing.
What?
That sucks. It's probably good though. You're doing a good deed for the Vistani lady there, Ren. I'm gonna keep moving. Doing good
What you guys
by
doing?
not doing the Vistani enemy.
All right, everyone stay out of the water. Stay away from the water. That's what it sounds like, some sort of warning.
All right,
Yeah,
all
you
right.
see a little
Then
pool of
I'm
water.
Let's keep going.
Glowing a dim white light, and in the hieroglyphs above it, it says, "The greedy shall suffer." And then the passage continues forward. So you guys are going forward.
Yes.
Who's leading the way?
I'll be second.
Okay.
I'll go
Um,
first. Fuck it. There's someone else volunteer. Did
I'm.
someone
So
else-
if you guys-
You say you want to be
Who's walking
first?
front?
As soon as you try to go to first, I'm gonna like put my hand on your chest gently and be like, "I got this."
Oh, by the way, your stats you've lost your paladin, and now you just go put those levels into your back into your bard. Or I suppose you could do an oath.
Oh.
You could either do that, or if you decide to do an oathbreaker paladin, you could stick to it and do an oathbreaker paladin.
We were talking about that while you were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either one of those is fine with me, because you could abandon it. But you could, if you abandon it, you're never going back. Like if you abandon it, like or you can do an oathbreaker.
Can I delay the decision?
Yeah. For sure. Sorry. Yeah. So as you guys walk forward, it kind of opens up, and you see this natural cavern that has a vaguely trapezoid shape. There's two 15-foot wide gaping holes to the north and the south of the to the north, on the east and west side, and on the north side of the trapezoid. Like, it was a very, very confusing way to say it. Between the two holes, you see a black sarcophagus. Floating above, you see the Ankh is floating above it. Now, I'm going to let you guys can talk and stuff, but before you actually do anything, just give me 1 second. I'm going to send I'm going to send some message, and I got to write something, but go ahead and talk like whatever.
Yeah. Hey, let's see here. First off, are there any fresh foot tracks down here? Secondly,
Are there any what?
fresh, like foot tracks, anything, any foot
Oh,
markings?
give me a survival roll. Yeah, give me a survival roll. That's a good question.
Well,
As-
that sucks. So,
Why
it's
don't you ask me to look for foot tracks? You fuck.
Because I'm looking for foot tracks. I'm not asking you to look for foot tracks. You're behind me.
How far away into the room is the things that we're
Right
witnessing?
behind you.
Yeah, that's a good question. So you guys are in the mouth of it now. It's about 50 feet. And then behind it, so 50 feet to the sarcophagus and the Ankh, and then then there's another like 10 feet or so before it's the wall. Yeah.
And the Ankh is floating there, midair kind of style.
Yep.
As
Yeah,
we're
it's
like
floating
walking,
there.
Bones is just
Slow.
whispering, just under his breath. He's like, "Bring the Ankh, bring the Ankh, bring the Ankh, bring the Ankh."
Sorry. Damn, I should be dumb. I'm typing so slow right now. Last thing.
Good.
And then we're good. I should have done all this. I'm a terrible DM.
You're horrible, Damien.
I know. I ruined everything. Okay, so you guys are in the room. Sent all my things out. Did my stuff.
Is how lit is the room?
It is not lit. So
Yeah.
if you don't have dark, you guys can see like right at the end in the dim light at the end of whoever's holding. I forget. I think it's Ren maybe holding the light.
It's not the lantern.
That's 60 feet
It's,
out. They can see it. You guys step in about 5 feet, so you can see like just the backside, but it is dark apart from the light that's coming from you guys.
And for
Look
those
through,
of us with 60-foot dark vision.
If I look through Memnock with 120 foot, do I see anything else or anything that like we can't see normally? He has 120 foot dark vision.
Yeah, no, you see everything just a little bit. You see the walls not completely even on the far side, but it doesn't look like there's anything else
Okay,
out there.
just better clarity. Okay.
Yep.
Alana's gonna surge forward and, for the sake of reaching things, she's gonna go into dread form.
Okay.
And go up to the Ankh and grab it.
As you do, you see that it flings away from, catapults away right before you can grab it. You guys see Usk had cast some sort of spell as it catapults towards him.
Can I
It
mage
does. How
hand
far
and
does that
grab it
catapult?
back?
We'll
The
find
object
out.
flies in a straight line to up to 90 feet
How far do you want to bring it back?
to me.
All right, give me a dexterity save. You see, yeah, it catapults flying towards Usk as he.
Could have failed it to catch it.
Well, it's gonna hit you no matter. Yeah, you're gonna. It's just. Yeah, you're flinging it at it.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd
it's your
take-
spell, I guess. All right, no, it's your spell.
I'd
You can
take
just do 60
advantage.
feet. Nope, you'll grab it. It's your spell. It's your spell. You fling it back and you see he catches the Ankh in his hand. And when he does, you see that sarcophagus lid slide open, and something rises up out of the sarcophagus.
I'll
You
get
see
to like a
what you
strategic, stance.
Yeah. So, as this figure rises up out of the sarcophagus, you have to assume and can only feel that this is Sekhmet, the Mummy Lord, the everlasting. It rises from its ancient slumber. His bandaged form illuminated by your flickering light. His voice is low and resonant, fills the chamber. He rises up out of the sarcophagus. He floats up in the air. He is looking at you. I'm going to give you a quick little. He's got ragged clothes, though there's an air of kind of authority and power. The skin he has left is desiccated and pulled tight across his flesh. He's got a metal golden symbol, looks like it's in his forehead or in the skin. He's wearing gold and carries a staff. His robes are ragged, though his jewelry is opulent. I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys a picture on Roll20.
Boy, here he is. Whoa. Damn.
That's gross.
He says, "You mortals, you have unwittingly played your part, designed that it has been set in motion for centuries. I am Sekhmet, once ruler of the Forgotten Desert," and he steps down kind of right in front of you, Alana. "I stand before you now. You may think you have liberated me, but in truth, I have orchestrated this moment from the shadows. Since I felt you enter my land, I knew the time had come. As the power of Aslan, my greatest foe, grew." He kind of walks past Alana a little bit to reveal himself to the rest of you. "The realms that we reside in began to crumble. One by one they fell. I set into motion a plan. Kefri and his sun cult. They were a perfect tool. They called me their foe. I gave to them secretive, hidden disguise. A ritual that would keep the sun from setting, thinking they could extinguish my very essence. They thought I would perish in the relentless light, but they were gravenly mistaken. For 300 years I lay hidden. The oppressive sun beating down, which they believed would be my undoing, instead became my greatest source of strength. With every second this sun beat down upon my sands, I grew in power.
Did you
Kefri,
say
the
knowledge
fool.
is power? And it truly
I
is.
was the architect of their resurgence, their revolt. But I offer you a choice, brave heroes. Join me in my quest to stop Aslan and reclaim the power that is rightfully mine. Together with my army, we might turn the tide of this impending darkness. Accept my offer, and I will send you home.
He's got an
But
army.
heed my warning.
Wants to send us home, I'm in.
If Aslan conquers the desert, he will gain enough power to shatter the barrier between the prime material and this domain. At that moment, You feel a kind of shift and shimmer, and you see this lady is standing in amongst your group. None of you recognize her but Usk. You see, she's dressed, she's tall and willowy with silver gold hair, drapes like silk curtains over her shoulder. She has, her skin is cool porcelain, nearly luminous in the torchlight. Her eyes are unnatural shade of violet, a hue that's said to be caused by years of exposure to the arcane tombs. She's dressed in tailored traveling robes, layered with enriched, enchanted jewelry, an elegant blend of a noblewoman and an adventurer who has long since retired. She carries a cane dark wood, not out of need, but as a symbol of authority and presence. Usk, do not listen to this fool. It is a trap. He is cunning and deceitful as he is ancient. You see Senmet. Who are you to come into my realm? Give me the Ankh and we shall stop both of them. Cannot allow Aslan to regain control. You cannot trust the tongue of this withered tongue behind. Silence, harlot! You are in my realms. As he kind of lifts himself up. She's looking at you expectingly. You guys are kind of pause there for a second. I'll let you guys do what you want, but there's this second where Usk.
Yep.
You hand her the Ankh. You hear no, and then you see she turns and puts the Ankh out towards Senmen as this light begins to. You fools! No! And as that light hits him, it turns black and it starts to rip and eat away at his flesh as his bone is exposed. His robes and cane disintegrate with it as he is shredded into nothingness. As the light that becomes almost like a glowing darkness envelops him before the Ankh returns, until the light returns. And you see this lady standing there, and he turns. She turns and looks at Usk. So well as you always have.
Perfect timing as usual.
See her eyes flare up into a bluey, kind of wavy light. You hear that beautiful porcelain figure begins to fade away, and you see Aslan standing there, steps out, holding the Ankh. I told you you all had a part to play. Now you have done so well. As you see, he begins to float up in the air. You have opened the borders as you had promised.
As he floats up, Bones casts Fly and floats up with him.
He looks at all of you guys.
Does that mean we can go home now?
Yes. Yes. You will go home. And with that, there's a shaking, a rumbling of the whole tomb as this mist begin to swirl. Though it looks like as he raises his hand, it's as if the mists move with Aslan. And it begins to whirl and swirl around as everything kind of starts to fade, and you guys are shaking and turning before, and the mists are beyond. You can't see your hand in front of your face, and you feel as though you're kind of floating, and then the mists kind of dissipate. The group finds themselves on a hillside, sitting in a field almost. It's afternoon, and you're not sure, but it seems familiar to you. Then you hear something. Laugh. You look around, you don't see Bones anywhere either. He seems to be missing. You hear this laugh kind of echo. And when I say echo, it's like echoing. You don't know where it's coming from. It's loud. It's dominating the area around you, and the sun darkens. In the shadowed corners of Faerun, a chilling transformation unfolds as the dark realms of dread begin to merge with the prime material plane. The once impenetrable barrier that held the greatest evils at bay has crumbled, allowing the sinister mist to seep into the land like a creeping fog, suffocating the light and hope that once flourished. The sun, once a beacon of warmth and light, now hangs low in the sky, its rays dimmed and feeble, casting long shadows that stretch across the desolate landscape. As the mists envelop the realm, the dead stir from their eternal slumber, rising with hollow eyes and hunger for the living. From the darkest corners of existence, malevolent forces are unleashed, their laughter echoing through the night like a haunting melody. Terror spreads like a wildfire, igniting fear in the hearts of the innocent, while death follows closely behind, a relentless specter that claims all that's in its path. At the heart of this chaos stands Aslan, the Lich Lord, a figure of dread and ambition whose malevolence knows no bounds. With each passing moment, he reveals his ascension, the trappings of divinity wrapping around him like a shroud. His power surges, fueled by the despair of those who once stood against him, and the very fabric of reality trembles. The mad cackle of Aslan rides the winds, a sinister symphony that carries with it his dark promise to the furthest reaches of the land, a promise of suffering, of despair, and of a new darkest night. As the forces of good rally in the desperate bid to resist the encroaching darkness, they find themselves outmatched and outnumbered. The shadows grow long, and the light of hope flickers like a dying candle. Threatened by the overwhelming tide of evil, the realms of dread have awakened, and with them, the harbingers of doom. The battle for the soul of Faerun has begun, and the outcome hangs precariously in the balance as darkness seeks to snuff out the last remnants of light. You guys can all level up.
So, if I'm getting this straight, we managed to unlock the way for us to get back home, but in so doing, we unleashed all of
The barriers between the darkest realms,
on Faerun.
what the dark powers that contain these great evils is no longer, and basically Aslan has ascended to divinity. He's taken the mantle of godhood to some degree. Now for Bones. In the shadowy corners of the multiverse, where nightmares take form and reality bends to the will of the dark powers, lies the twisted domain of dread, ruled by Bones. His good deeds turned to insatiable thirst for power that had led him down a treacherous path. Once a vibrant land reflecting the beauty of his homeland, this realm has been warped into a grotesque mirror of his own fractured psyche, a place where madness seeps into every crevice and taints the very essence of existence. As the absolute ruler of this dark domain, Bones wields godlike authority over the land and its inhabitants. He commands the twisted landscape where gnarled trees whisper secrets of despair and rivers flow with shadows instead of water. The skies are perpetually shrouded in thick, oppressive mist, obscuring the sun and casting an eerie pallor over the land. Here, the echoes of laughter are replaced by the haunting cries of the tormented, and the once familiar sights of his past are now nightmarish reflection of his own inner turmoil. Yet this reward is a double-edged sword. For all of his power, Bones is ensnared within the very madness that defines his realm. His three eyes, each a window into the chaos of his mind, never rest. They see everything and nothing all at once, capturing fleeting glimpses of clarity that are swiftly swallowed by the encroaching dark mist. This relentless fog obscures his vision, distorting reality and trapping him in a circle of despair. The inhabitants of his domain, twisted versions of those he once knew, serve as constant reminders of his lost sanity, their maddened reflections haunting him in every turn. As Bone navigates the treacherous landscape in his own creation, he grapples with the weight of his choice. The power he wields is both a blessing and a curse, granting him a dominion over the land while simultaneously imprisoning him in a labyrinth of his own making. Each decision he makes reverberates through the twisted fabric of this domain, shaping the fates of its denizens and further entrenching him into his madness. In this dark and foreboding realm, adventurers who dare to enter must confront not only the horrors that lurk within, but also the shattered remnants of Bones' sanity. Will they find a way to free him from his self-imposed prison, or will they succumb to the madness that permeates the very air they breathe?
Oh snap!
You guys can level
Hey.
up, and that is
Forgotten evil realms still contain knowledge. I'm still good.
yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, no. So, yeah, that's. I know that we're going on break and stuff, so there's a couple options. Like when we go back to play, we can continue this in this, different world, or we can, if somebody else wants to run, or I'll run another one or whatever. But I mean, this is it. So that was great and fun. I mean, it's not it. Like I said, we could definitely continue on now in another type of horror campaign with your
Now they're
characters, right? Like
never
continue on.
over.
So-
I will say timing wise in the way this wrapped.
Well,
and
here's what I gotta
for
say.
that reason, I would like us to continue in the fall.
Yeah, I'm cool with such things. But I want to say a couple different things. Number one, that was so much fun, and all of you guys, like, Aslan clearly didn't put all of his eggs in one basket, right? Like, I loved really any of you, right? Like, any of you would have got. He didn't count on anything. There was some that he thought he was going to lose Bungo, but he pulled him back. Right at the end. Ren is kind of committed. Gideon and Usk both, like, Usk was kind of, you know, he didn't know exactly what he was sent there to do. And Gideon fought it a lot the whole time, though he did make some harsh decisions. So, and Alana, of course, follows Aslan, but now it's up to her. That's a good question too. Like, so clearly Bones would make a new character. Now there's two options. We could do where you guys go to try to save Bones, and you go to his domain of dread, which would be pretty fucking cool. Or maybe that should just be part of the campaign, actually. And you're muted.
I can say if that was a thing and they go there, I have so many ideas.
Yeah, no, it'd be awesome. But then so Bones would make a new character, or Noah would. Alana would kind of have to make a choice. She is offered a place at his side, right? Like, you are absolutely a favorite of his, and you can take that. Or you could say you could deny it.
I mean,
Bungo, so good. You played it so good. I was trying to kind of pull at you different ways, but I knew that if Aslan knew that if Oathmaker was destroyed, and there was the opportunity, you were close. Ah, man.
When he got paralyzed there, I was like, I have no choice. I didn't know what I was gonna do in that moment, like, because I was grappling so much with, like, do I want to do
that's
this?
how it should have been.
Odd. And then he got paralyzed, and I was like, story-wise, it is too perfect for me to go up there and throw it while he's paralyzed and can't do anything about it, and just has to watch me do it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, because it was Aslan who offered it to him. Noah didn't ask me that. Aslan was like, "Hey, here's your chance," because he had been saying that there's a thorn in their side. Like, that's, and Oathmaker has led his people astray, and he also gave the same information to Alana, right? So
Bones did it before I could.
Yeah, so they both were.
Bones didn't sprint up. I was gonna walk over and mage handed him.
I was checking to see
he
if I
doesn't
had
trust
maintained.
any one thing. He's like, if he has enough, if the left hand doesn't know what the right is, it gives him just more opportunities to. But it was so good, of course. And then they sweetened it. He saw a moment. That's how he saw a moment. Like, there was not much we were going to be able to do for Ren unless you had something like I said, the Spectre, maybe like a Raised Dead. I definitely would have given him hit points for something like that. I don't know what you guys have, but something powerful enough. But other than that, you kind of, it was golden. And I thought he wasn't going to at first. He ran all the way up there, and then kind of hesitated, and I was like, he might not.
The way it worked out, I was almost gonna be able to do it and still, like, contribute.
Yeah.
Are we still on there?
Yeah, we're still on.
Yeah, they get to hear this.
It's the end or like halfway point through the campaign. Either way, it's a big
thing. Yeah.
But
that way they can hear the character reasoning and stuff.
Yeah,
and like, because you don't get all that.
Oh,
yeah. But like having to make that decision, use like my entire turn to do that. That was
and then Bones played it like he slipped. He'd done what you did to Bungo. That is what you did to yourself. Like, you made that decision and there's no going back, and you were now broken fully, mad, right? And that was kind of since your character arc from the very beginning, right?
Yep.
It came full circle to. Yeah.
It was the perfect ending for Bones. Like,
yeah, and he reminds me a little bit of the Joker at the end. Not so much like as quite as evil, but just as the chaotic. Like when he stabbed him, and it was one of those things where he's like, "Yeah, all right," like you almost laughed about it, like, and didn't fight back because he doesn't.
He knows what he's doing is crazy.
Yeah, and he doesn't see what he did as crazy, which is fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, right.
So, I thought it was great. Bungo, Todd, you did so good. Like going from kind of a shady guy, and then. Or somewhat shady guy, and then there's some magic involved that kind of forced you. Or no, it wasn't magic. It was that we made those saves. I think quite a few people had to make saves at some point. You didn't know what it was for, and it was a wisdom save. I asked multiple people, and it was like when you guys had killed Ben Dabbler and everything. And I messaged because it was like there's horror checks in Ravenloft where like if you do bad a bad enough thing, or you see something so horrible, there's a chance that it can affect you. It can shift your alignment or give you crazy, madness. So it shifted him towards more evil, but he was playing it well. And then he finds the fucking paladin sword. It was so good. Coming back, and then it was destroyed by his own party, and he just fell back. Couldn't have been better. It couldn't have been fucking better. Then he fell back into it.
I think the whiplash of him being like back into his own favorite domain, and then seeing everything bad happening there. Like, I almost imagine him just further snapping and like maybe even killing himself, like in the moment, out of sheer madness, out of like, oh my
he
god.
might have to make it. So basically, this is So if Faerun falls, all right, that's unacceptable, and Bones is trapped forever in his own insanity.
Like, maybe
Us goes ahead and finds a new party again. Let's go.
Yeah, Lana's got a big choice.
She knows what her choice is.
I feel like we should
what
continue,
is it?
right?
You gotta tell us what it is.
Alana's character is.
I would like to continue.
Yeah, but I want to know what she's thinking as far as her.
Can I have a moment, guys? Jeez.
Yeah,
It's not like you have all the moments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like
she-
the final boss before they confront.
She intends to continue being his right or left hand. She
Yeah.
wants to ascend to like
Dude,
being able to change into a full night.
We're
Walker
creating
on her
so
own.
much lore now because now Bones sitting in his domain of dread is just like feeding and like just thinking about Alana and like churning this hatred for her, that she's the chosen one and she got to sit with him and he's trapped here by himself and he was promised this.
You were given exactly what you asked for, or is it, by
Yeah,
the
no,
letter
yeah.
of the, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
I'm
So that's
alive
awesome.
because
So
of
that's
Alana,
awesome.
right?
So you guys could either take a few of
mean,
these characters or make
alive.
all new characters who now have to deal with the fucking evil you.
I'm okay with either.
Bungo kills himself. Usta walks off. Alana becomes a bad guy. Gideon. What do you do? And then Ren. Gideon. What do you do? We'll do Gideon first. What's your plan? What would Gideon do in this? Would he be like, I've got to do something? Would he be like, I guess I'm just gonna try to get mine and survive? Is he gonna
He'd survive. He'd
survive? So he's just out there surviving. Yeah, getting
like
powerful in his
Sounds
own
like
way.
Two characters, same world.
Yeah. Well, he can play Gideon though. Usk and Gideon could still be
Gideon,
playing.
yeah.
And Ren perhaps.
Ren.
We discussed that Ren's gonna now get. Here's what I'm thinking. So, he gets to heal 1 hit point around as long as he has 1 hit point. When he goes to 0, he can be brought up only like after an hour. He'll start to heal. So it's a little bit. So he gets this big boon, and he has to be completely destroyed. So if somebody kills him and walks away, he will return. There's a big boon. The downside is if he drops, apart from using like a raise dead, maybe a really powerful spell like that, then he's stuck at 0 for an hour. But otherwise, he gets the hit points, and he has to be outright destroyed. Like if he's dropped and somebody leaves, unless they burned his body, or he'll always return with over enough time.
Yeah. Disintegrate and all the others.
Yeah. But so what is Ren gonna do? Gideon's like Bungo apparently killed himself.
Look,
I don't. Bungo's either gonna off himself.
No,
or
that's
he's
kind of
gonna, like,
headcanon for me. No, I'm joking. Of course, he can come back as Bungo. But Ren, what
We're
would
gonna
Ren
come across the bridge in this gloomy woods, and there's a halfling hanging off the bridge. I'm like,
my
They're
I used
robbing
to
the
know
flag
that.
style.
I used
my
to know that
OG
guy.
ending for Ren was that he was going to end up back hanging out at the Vistani camp that we first met when we crossed the border, if you will. Like
Yeah.
when we got into here.
In
we met those Vistani. I made a lot of promises.
Ren is now
And-
they were back on the material plane.
Garden?
Ren is ever
Talking about
looking
Garden?
for Esmeralda to
Well,
get back.
here's the thing.
remember how
Here's
badass
the
it was
thing.
when Alana?
I would
Like,
like to
fuck.
think that by now I've realized that my dead balls don't work anymore.
Yeah, they know. You're
So
facing
now-
human function.
So now I'm doing the cold shoulder thing, like I'm avoiding them. You know
So,
what I
yeah,
mean?
you're
And
trying to
some
find
of
the
them may
Vistani.
come looking. I don't know. I was.
But when Alana,
Very-
that happened on accident. When Alana, you all met the lady. You met her in the past, basically.
Yeah.
And then you guys opened. You still had your fate card, and you guys opened. That was great. A couple other things like the battle with Soth was great. Anytime there was moral dilemma, was awesome. One of my favorite things I was listening to was when when Adam calls Victor a monster. When Adam is holding Victor up in the air and calls him a monster, I was listening to that. To me, it was one of the coolest things too, and that you guys didn't take sides until that happened, which is important for the story to happen. Like, 'cause other things you could have attacked Adam in the cave or whatever when you made the deal, or all this different stuff. So
Forgot about
yeah,
that.
there was some really fucking
The whole thing where we died and were brought like back to
Came
life.
back,
that
yeah.
whole thing with him. What's
I
his
died
name?
the most.
You did die the most. You did die the
Oh,
most. You went there.
all kidding aside, like that was my OG thing
Oh,
for Ren.
huge.
But now he's different. He's tied to Alana and Bones.
Gideon actually
in
the
a
only one who
weird
did not fall
way.
for Aslan's trick. So now that I'm thinking about it, there was one thing that was happening with Gideon behind that he, because like I said, he tried everything. Remember when Victor's wife was reaching out to you, and you were on the fence about like stopping Victor or Ichabod, not Victor, sorry, Ichabod, and she was like, yeah, yelling, and you chose not to. You stuck with the party because you didn't want it. You were like, no, it'll bring more trouble to the party, basically, is what Gideon's thought was. Like, if I do this, it'll bring some trouble our way, and it's just not worth it. That was a trick. That was Kitiara, which really is just Aslan, who had been trying to manipulate Soth. So you would have freed her, and that, that was his play on Gideon, but Gideon didn't fall for it. And I tried very hard as Aslan to get him to.
So
That was
so
good. Yeah,
here's
so Gideon was the
here's
only
the thing
one
with it. I took the Warlock Initiate feat, which you introduced at the like towards the end of it being Aslan, and I had a feeling like just how people were playing that something might happen, and in Gideon's mind he took that pact out of like sorrow and like fear almost, and then as he gained confidence he wanted to separate himself from the pact. And then when we defeated Soth, I was like, fuck. Like and I tried to, I don't know, I'm rambling.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. Yeah, no, I thought it was fucking great. Like, you definitely,
saying
because
is,
that's what I was playing on. Remember, I even made the
Like,
thing like, are you a coward?
No,
Like she was at the very end. The last one was like kind of being like, only a coward would lead the lady. Like I was trying every little dirty trick in the book to get him to do it, and Aslan was like, okay. Ren, on the other hand, also did not necessarily, like, he fully died.
He
and
kinda
made a
didn't have
deal.
a
So
choice.
yeah, you're right. Well, he did. He could
Well,
have
he
died,
did, but it was like
just like you could
what
say
was my
you didn't have a
choice?
choice to bring
Damien?
Ren back, but you did.
Damien, look me in the eye.
about right. Yeah.
Damien, look me in the eye. My choice was make a new character, right? That was
Well,
my
no.
choice.
No, you didn't. You said you took the deal. You could have just said no when he. Remember, I messaged
Well, yeah.
you and I said,
If he says no, then it's make a new character.
yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
what? And then I would have re-rolled.
Certainly, no. It's a huge thing. Yeah, that's why that tempted your life, and even in the game of D&D, it's like, oh, this is my character. Like, like, so that's
Yeah,
the thing.
plus,
Of course,
I
many
like
men,
this
just like
one.
Davy Jones going down. Do you fear death? And everybody's like, fuck yeah, when they're about to die, and they take their deal because in that last moment, some people, you might feel that way. Or though you didn't have to, but I think it was fair that Ren did. Like Ren's personality, I think.
Damien, in the same vein of that point, I personally don't want to re-roll
Exactly.
when we pick up again. I want to play Dead Ren. You
Yeah,
know what I
right.
mean?
He did.
And I want
Dude, he's
like,
extra stinky now, bro.
Yeah,
He actually
yeah.
might be past the point of stink because
anything-
he's so
if anything,
decayed.
He might,
He's
well,
like-
if anything, he might feel bolstered in this new realm as the undead
Exactly.
pour out. Like if
And
anything,
I'm
he
like
might feel
a-
more
I'm a s-
full of powerful, I guess.
I'm a skinny Solomon Grundy, but I still think about that life I could have had with all of those 6 Vistani
Maybe he doesn't need
wives
to
I've
sleep
done.
anymore. I think I was saying he still had to sleep. So I mean,
No, I don't. Yeah, I got
yeah,
no
okay.
sleep. That's
supposed to
why I want
rest,
to pick up every
Yeah, but
single
no, yeah.
craft. Now, I cannot make scrolls, folks, but I want to pick up every single craft. That's the whole shoe thing. That's why I want to do it. I want all the crafts because I have no sleep, plenty of time
was
to
good
do
stuff.
it.
Damn.
I hope everybody had fun. I might be a very like I want a tough game, but I'm also very like when you guys come up with something that works, I'm gonna I love that too. But it's also I am a stickler on certain things, but that's
Oh, it's
because I want the
great.
game to be
You're a stickler on
like
killing me like 5
no
times.
no. I think oftentimes I think if you go back, apart from of course some deadly traps as you got up higher level. But like we could go and dissect those to some degree. You could and look at them as an adventure, looking back and learning a lesson, even if
I
it
know,
seems
that's
as
why
though
we all
things-
have PTSD now.
And I changed things. Like originally the statues, like I took this room and I used it for my own purposes. Originally the statues, it was at the 10th level, which is certainly a challenge rating you guys can handle as 5 9th level characters. It actually originally was at the start of your turn, which actually is much worse. So like at least at the end it gives you an option to move.
Yeah.
And I did, but that's a deadly room, right? But you guys actually kicked Kefri's ass, I think, pretty handily for it to be like the dragon in there. Like, yeah, it was tough, clearly, and he got 2 lightning bolts off. And I'm not saying people did drop, but a lot of those were bad rolls.
Like it
one
was-
bad roll.
It was actually really good. I feel like it was hard, but not.
Yeah,
bad.
but I think you guys I think you guys handled him pretty well. Like you dropped his
Yeah.
hit points quick. He got a little
Like,
boost, and then he
once-
went down.
Once you guys
Motherfucker.
know you can't heal me, that's instant action economy. That's someone who is going to waste their time trying to heal.
Well, there
me.
might
You
be
know what I
ways
mean?
though. Like I said, a
I know
raised
it's
dead
tough.
spell or a resurrect would probably give you hit points back in
Yeah,
some way. I don't know.
That like I like the idea of like
Oh my gosh.
raised dead or some
Bring
like weird,
Polycarp back.
So creepy.
some necromancy that could have done
my
it.
gosh.
But my point is,
Wait, I gotta start working on a new character now.
Dude, I want when I pass the
We'll have to
bridge
make
that
Bones
Bungo
move that sheet up.
hangs himself on, I want
legendary
to
actions,
I want to like grab some decaying flowers and get like a piece of birch and like get some charcoal and be like rip, buff Bungo.
I imagine if Bungo did that, he would carve his name into the mandolin case of the.
Oh yeah, it could be just
Dude.
like the other bard.
I feel like
next to
the image
Robin
of
the
this
Fly.
campaign, if you were doing a
Robin.
campaign book for this campaign, like the cover would be like a stone arch bridge with a fucking halfling
Hanging from it. Yeah.
hanging from it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so epic.
In his hand.
and then as we
Carving
go
the name.
multi-year, every single person who dies off and then like ends up making a bard, they all end up with the same case, and they keep
Yeah.
carving their name in it.
Yeah,
So
I
we have
imagine
this,
he carves his name in
7-year
it.
It becomes
campaign.
cursed
We
because
all-
so many people kill themselves that it makes you want to kill yourself now.
He
Not
like
Yeah,
floats
yeah,
it down
yeah,
the
yeah.
river by the bridge. He carves
Oh
his
my
name
god,
and
I
floats
wish I
down-
played this
floats
character.
down by the river.
Yeah, it's just like it's a magical hurdy-gurdy floating, like just not floating, but like
This is the
sunk.
mandolin. This is
Oh, the mandolin. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it's magical, so it can't be.
We're still
destroyed.
alive.
Yeah, right. So it's just like sitting at the bottom of this. All right. Whew. Okay,
Oh,
Damien.
man, no.
that was a wild
Guys, why are we
campaign.
still on air? This
Yep.
is fucking.
Yeah, no, they deserve to hear this.
Yeah.
No, no,
Hey, look, I love you all, but if you want to see us get into it dirty,
Yeah.
and I mean dirty,
It's
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
rereading the note you guys
Why-
were that Sir Robin left you guys. Yeah, that was fucking
Yeah.
just
Oh.
brutal, man. I'm just such a dickhead. But he writes that, leaves that there, with the.
He doesn't even
mandolin.
rewrite the note. He just crosses out the other guy's
Yeah.
name and writes Bungo.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just leave it in there. No, just
Me too.
leave that thing. Yeah.
Okay,
the
so-
darkness give yourself- Didn't you find an undead bones or undead Bungo rope still around his neck?
Like,
You have to fight him.
Yeah.
He's like an undead bard. Oh, singing on his fucking hurdy-gurdy. Okay. All right.
All right, with
Like a
that,
5th level boss.
stay tuned. We'll be back. I'm taking the next 4 weeks off. So if you guys want to run one shots, you want to stream it, we'll link you up with the key. We'll do all that. And I hope to be back in the same seat with the same group running a new campaign or a continuation of a campaign
Yep.
when our break is done. So, with that being said, we got what? Pathfinder, our second session
Pathfinder.
coming up Tuesday. Next Saturday we're off, and then the following Tuesday and the last Tuesday of the month are the last two sessions of Tim's Arcanist Rebirth campaign. So, fuck, dude, we are closing some campaigns right now.
Great.
Oh, it's
Start of a new era.
I'll
woo!
have to tune
So
into
what
that
time?
one. I'll have to tune
Oh.
into that one when I get a chance.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
better, you fucking dick bag. You British dick bag.
I'm sorry, but I have a different fucking time zone.
It's not, and it's
Andy
not
talks
acceptable.
funny. Andy talks funny. Quick.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I
listen,
fucking work
funny.
for a living.
you can just fly over here and be in the same time zone as us. I'll put you to work, bro.
That costs money.
I'll
I
give
need
you
to
money. I
work
got
to
money.
get money to do that. So
I
You
guess to
just-
stay
You
in
can
there
be,
to work.
you can be the first
Make money.
employee of Shop Andy and
All right, turn it off. Wrap it
couldn't do
up.
it.
Tell you
Wrap it
what,
up.
everyone subscribe to hear
Yep.
some of the backstories of how we figure out how Kieran